Hi, this is Peter Dax, Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a reading here for Sophie. So I'm going to start off with an overview of your life, look at different aspects, and then we'll perhaps have a quick look at health and money. You have to excuse me if you do hear a little bit of noise in the background. Unfortunately, children are off, and I've got my little daughter in the background watching TV and playing, so I hope it isn't too bad for you, because I do want to get this video done for you. Okay, so let's see what we get here for you. So let's start off with an overview of your life, Sophie. 5, 6, 7. Okay, right. I can see you going through some major changes in your life. And this is going to be what I call a bit of a difficult time for you. But I feel like now you've got to embrace it now and not shy away from it. And sort of basically now it's like you've got so much potential, but sometimes you're not quite tapping into it all. And I feel like now you need to focus on where you're sort of taking yourself and you're leading yourself, especially on the career side of things. And I feel like, you could expand. But I feel like when I say expand, I feel like you've got to be careful that you don't do too much too quick, or that you don't go too big. And also you've got to ask yourself, well, do you want that stress as well? Because it's there, you can do it. But sometimes we don't realise what we're taking on board and how it sort of intrudes on personal life a little bit. So there's a lot of things you've got to ask yourself. But the problem that you've got is you can't sit there and do nothing, because you'll be bored. And it's like you are ready to challenge yourself, but I also feel as though sometimes you are getting a little bit stressed with different things, especially to do with family. Now it's either family admiring you a little bit, or you are starting to think about your own family. But it's like you're starting to knock your life down a little bit here and kind of rebuild yourself. And I just feel that this is good. So it's just shown me you are going to make changes. But I'm also being drawn to you as well. As time goes by, I seem to be drawn to overseas. And it's almost like I feel like I'd like to put you living abroad. Now, I'm not saying you will do it, and I'm not saying you won't do it. It's what I call a big, massive question mark. And also I'm going to say it's there if you want to. Now, it could just end up that you might just have a holiday home abroad. But I feel like it's a little bit more than that. You could end up physically living overseas in the not too distant future. But again, this will be part of your life where you're kind of knocking it down and rebuilding. So it all depends whether you want all these big major changes. But it's not saying don't do it. It's just, it's more complicated than just saying yes or no. There's a lot of variables, and again, family comes into it. So you've got a lot of things to sort out now about what you're doing, where you're going. But at the end of the day now, it's all about you standing your ground now and doing what's best for you. But I feel generally, 1 minute you're happy about things within your life, and the next minute you're not. And it's like you could be connecting with everybody, and everybody thinks Sophie's all right, she's okay, she's doing great. But up here, stuff's going on. And it's like you feel something's not sitting right with you. And it's almost like it feels so you want to change, but you don't know what to change. And I feel so this sort of fits with career a little bit, and also personal life. So there's going to be a lot of things going on. But all I would say is don't rush into things. Take your time and just analyse each section of your life and decide what you feel so you need to do. And then bit by bit, gradually, you'll start to make the right choices and decisions. But you've got your lovely wish card here. So it says saying, look, it's all there for you. So you just got to focus now on what's best for you. But what I'd also sort of focus on first is, I've got you gradually and very slowly feeling a little bit drained and a bit run down, like you've got no energy. So first thing is, try and focus on your diet. And I'm not really talking about dieting. I'm just talking about you just eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, building your energy levels up. And then as you do that, you'll start to feel a bit better. And then also it gives you the strength then to look at other aspects of your life and look at it logically and with the strength and the energy to do it and follow it through. Where if you just go straight into it now, it's like you won't think clearly, you won't have the energy, and you could end up making it all worse, not better. So I do feel as though it's one step at a time, and the first step is focus on your health and well-being. And then as you do that, you'll feel so much better for it. I am being drawn to a child with your baby. It's almost like I might be thinking whether I do want a child or not. So it's not coming out that you're going to get pregnant, but there is a bit of a question mark with it. So see where that comes in. In other words, it feels like it's something that you've got to sort out and decide a little bit. Right, let's have a look at work and career goals. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so things are building up nicely around you, but there could be a certain aspect of it that's coming to an end. Or you may sort of let go of something to focus on something new. And right in the centre here, it's saying, look, there's more opportunities around you. But part of these opportunities are connected with study and training, like learning new skills, bringing new things into what you're doing. And I think that could be really good for you. But I just feel as though now you've got to stop worrying about things. And I just feel as though you've got to really start focusing now on where you want sort of career and business ideas to go. And then as you do that, you'll find the right path. But I can see money building up around you. But the trouble is then, time starts to run out. In other words, you've only got so much time to do so much. So then you've got to say to yourself, well, am I just going to be happy at that and just keep doing it for myself? Then I'm okay, no stress, no worries, it's all mine. Or do I want to start employing somebody and sort of get them going, get them busy, and then I can be making money off them and also giving somebody a job. But obviously it comes with that more stress, more responsibility. And it's like, do you want that stress? So a lot of decisions to be made here, but I am seeing your victory sword here, which is this. So that's saying you're going to make the right decisions. And then here, you're following it through, and this is your victory horse. So in other words, everything's following through, and you're turning all your thoughts and decisions into action, and it's all working out more or less. But I don't feel like you're going to rush into things. I've got you sort of taking your time a little bit, and that's fine. That could be a good thing to do. But again, motherhood's coming in with you. So it's like I feel as though you could be thinking about a child. So a lot of things to sort out around you. But again, if you employ somebody, they can be picking up the slack for you while you're focusing on motherhood. So again, a lot of things have got to be sorted out. But I just feel as though now you've just got to watch what you're doing now and analyse things in a logical way. Then as you do that, you'll make the right decisions and choices. Also, as you move forward, 1, keep an eye on your hands and your wrists aching, and 2, keep an eye on your lower back aching. And these are 2 things that I feel as though will creep in over a period of time. So I just feel as though as you start to grow into your career and your success, you will have your little health issues as you get older. And they're all part and parcel of what we're doing. So I just feel as though with that, you've got to sort of decide of how you go about it, trying to do things to lessen things, or again, passing more work onto other people so you can do less of that and perhaps something else to focus on. And as you do that, hopefully it will lessen these health issues that will creep up as you get older. So, every job has its problem, every career has its good and its negatives points. Nothing's always simple. Everybody think, God, I wish I got your job, it's dead easy. But there's always something, even within their job, that's negative, because no job is absolutely perfect, so don't think it is, because it isn't. Everybody might think I've got the perfect job, but I don't. I'm sitting down on my arse all day. So it's like, I need to start focusing on a bit of exercise. So that's my negativeness with the job. So we've all got something, what we do affects our health, because work isn't always a good thing, but we need to do it. Life's made that way, where we have to work and stress to bring the money in, because that's the way it's geared up, unfortunately. So we all have our problems. So don't think you're on your own, because you're not. But problems are there to be solved, and they are solvable. And I do feel now, more than ever now, you've got to start holding on to your money, because sometimes I feel like it's slipping through your fingers a little bit. So you need to start saving your money and looking after it, because you never know what's around the corner. You might think you're doing great and you're being successful, but what if something changes within government policy? That can affect people's spending power. and that can affect the chain coming down to you. So don't just think, when it's sunshiny, that it's always going to be sunshiny, because it isn't always the case. Trust me, I've gone through 2 or 3 different recessions in my lifetime, and I've felt the force of it in many ways. So government policy, does have an effect on us, and it always will, unfortunately. The next government comes in, they always say, no, this is going to be great, the boom and bust cycle has gone. Load of crap, because it's part of the natural cycle. You cannot keep growing and being successful. There has to be a pullback, and there always will, but government will always say, no, they've solved it. Don't believe it for 1 minute. I heard it in 2008. Well, before then, with Gordon Brown, what a load of crap. And, when I'm hearing it now, and what a load of crap, the debt has grown. So I'm telling you now, I'm not saying like you're going to go bust or anything, but I'm saying you need to hold on to your money. You need to put savings aside, and don't take nothing for granted. Absolutely nothing for granted. Okay. Right, let's have a look at relationships. Right, I just feel as though work seems to affect relationships, and relationships seem to affect work a little bit. In other words, it's like trying to get balance in life, be there for each other, and still do the things that we've got to do. So it's like it's hard work, and that is life. It's just the way it is. So somewhere along the line now, you've got to try and get a bit of balance to make life easier, to spend more time around relationships, so you can get the balance in life that you're seeking. But again, I keep feeling with yourself, it's like 1 minute you're happy about things and 1 minute you're not. So you need to open up now and start speaking your mind. Because sometimes I feel like you're not getting much support. But do bear in mind, he's got his busy lifestyle as well, but obviously I don't feel like he's got quite the workload as you have at times. So yes, he could be perhaps a little bit more thoughtful to you, or try and help you. So you need to sort that out. But again, I keep feeling there's something to do with family. And again, I feel as though as you take on that, you do need the help and support around. You can't keep doing everything on your own. So it just feels though relationships are there, but I just feel as though everything needs to change around work, around the home, around relationships. It's like there needs to be a little bit more balance in your life. And I feel this is where you've got to communicate your thoughts now, but not lose your temper and row. You need to be calm, clear and logical how you voice your thoughts and feelings, and hopefully get this person to listen to what's going on around you. And then bit by bit, then you can get things sorted and settled, and you can get your life the way it needs to be. And I would say over the next 6 weeks or 6 months or June, that calmness should start to restore itself quite nicely. So this is what you've got to focus on now, but it's all there for you. So just keep standing your ground. But there is some major changes coming around you, and it will affect your personal life, and it will affect your work life. It's going to be this up and down as while you're juggling everything around, trying to get the balance right. But these are the joys of life, and these are the things you've got to sort out. Okay, right, let's have a look at money. Yeah, money's all right. I've got it building up. I've got you on a good income as you're moving forward. But again, I just keep feeling now you've got to look after what you've got, and you've got to start saving. It's almost like now I feel like I need to split money in 4 ways. Now, normally I would say 3. And the 3 is bills, savings, leisure. But I feel bills, mornings, bills, savings, leisure and a property, because I'm being drawn to saving up for a property. So it's like split it 4 ways, and then I feel like as you do that, you're not putting pressure on yourself, you're not putting pressure on your relationship to sort of enjoy life still a little bit, and then it's like you're saving for savings and also this property, and then bit by bit you'll get where you need to be. Right, let's have a look at health. Yeah, so again, keep an eye on your lower back aching. Keep an eye on your energy levels being little bit up and down, and what's the back of your neck aching as well. So other than that, you're generally okay. It's just a few little niggly things that you've got to look at and keep an eye on. But generally, you're kind of okay there. And then let's just see what's going on around you over the next 12 months. Anything you need to know, anything you should be doing, and generally what's going on around you. So, self-employment and contracts to be dealt with. Don't be worried about money. Just look after what you've got and be wise with it. And put the passion and the energy into things now around you, and that's good. And it also feels like you've got to learn to trust in people and relationships and your own abilities. But there is a lot of love around you, and that's going to be growing quite nicely. And I can see you connecting with this man, and he can be a bit stubborn, a bit set in his ways, but he certainly isn't a negative person. And you're getting more driven, more ambitious, and you're also going to start speaking your mind a little bit more. But don't try and control everything. I don't mean you're a controlling person, but you do like things to be in balance. But basically now, everything's on the table there for you to pick up the pieces and do something with. Because on that table, you've got cups for emotions, coins for money, wands for putting things into action and career, and swords for making decisions. So you've got all the tools. And there is going to be a bit more travel around you, and also could be travel connected with work. And you've got a good, solid base to build upon here, and also this is dealing with a property as well. And there is a lot of worldly success around you now. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good for you. I'm quite pleased about things for you. I feel like you're heading in the right direction. But still things to be sorted out along the way, because nothing's ever simple or perfect. Right, let's see what your angels say. Right, if anybody upsets you, look at it all innocently and just let it go and move on. Marriage is there for you, so don't shy away from that. And there is self-employment around you. And this is telling you to accept yourself now for who you are and what you are, and also the people that you connect with. So this is your personalities. We're all different. We all have to have a bit of acceptance, as otherwise we don't get on with each other. Any problems that you feel that you do go through, look at it like a blessing in disguise. If to say, do you know what? Everything happens for a reason, so just embrace the changes. And see only love. You'll know when that's real and solid for you to keep putting the energy into it. Couple of things to sort out with family. And all you've got to start doing now is being a bit more assertive and pushing your thoughts and ideas and agenda forward. And then here, somebody you've got to forgive. But I feel that's connected with the past. I'm not saying you've got to go back to the past, but just let it go up here. But it's like you're on a bit of a journey now over the next 3 years, so you've got steady progress here. So in other words now, it's going to take you 3 years now to get you where you need to be. I'm not saying it's taking a whole 3 years, it's like steps up the ladder. So it's quite possible you could get to the end of this year, look back, see how far you've come, but you've still got quite a bit more to do and achieve. But that's always going to continue to be happening throughout life anyway, because life's like a journey. So I hope all that's kind of made sense to you. If you do want to come back to me and ask me some questions or anything you want to go over what I've said, feel free to do so. I'm quite happy to answer a few questions for you. So I wish you all the best, good luck, and you know where I am if you need me in the future. Thank you.